The idiot that I am, I started talking and I never hit record. On this day last year, I created a video talking about how I started spreading out the piles of wood chips that I delivered. So in May or June of last year, I started having wood chips delivered. That went until April or May of this year. I want to say April. Once the truck started getting stuck and digging ruts in the ground, I made them stop. Everybody said, minimum 3-4 years wood chips will be there. They'll never break down. All you're doing is creating a headache for yourself. Well, you can still see some in patches, and then the piles that I left purposely for next year. I mean, there's some small piles up there that I just didn't get to. I can only do so much with my broken down body. Good day, bad week. That's pretty much the way it goes. I mean, I didn't even finish breaking down my garden. Once everything was done, I just said, fuck it, let it rot, let the vines rot in place. I'll worry about it in the spring. Where I'm standing here is where I want my Jalapeno. This garden area, where the beds are, is roughly 10 paces by 20 paces. I'm going to do the same thing behind me for the Jalapeno. Except instead of being 10 long and 20 wide, I'm going to do 20 wide, 10 deep. This way it's not quite as deep as it is wide. This way I don't have to worry about over-engineering the roof. The north side of it is going to be all dirt. It's going to be a berm. And then there's a lot involved in it. But the bottom line is I'll be taking advantage of the constant 55 degrees of the temperature 8 feet down of the earth all year round. So I'll be able to grow all winter. Plant some garlic. Just one bed. This fennel is, I think, 5 years old now. And I was going to rip it out this year because I was going to rip all these beds out and replace them with the good beds. Never got to it. Big surprise. Hard to do things when you're by yourself and you're as busted up as my body is. Anyway, back to the fields. I had chips all over there. I mean, from what I could see in the screen on my phone, you can see some discolorations. Those are wood chips that I spread out within the last couple months. Haven't had a chance to break down. I even put some here on the front lawn because this is where the septic is, so I can't really plant anything here. I'd like to put more clover out, but again, another topic, another time. The wood chips. I'd love to do this with the backfield next, but getting back there is a little rougher when the ground's not frozen. So this time of year it's not bad, but like April, May, when the ground starts getting wet, or even like September, if we would have had a lot of rain, it would have been a disaster. So I said, screw it. I'll wait till I get animals back there first. Then once I get animals back there, I'll have chips dropped somewhere up here, and I'll just take them one bucket load at a time to the back and spread them out. But this will probably be the last farm update of the year, because it's too freaking cold to be out here in shorts doing stupid shit. I just wrapped up the fig trees. Well, I didn't even wrap them up. I pruned them. Branches that I air pruned over the summer, spring, summer, I cut them off and I potted them. They're out back. And then all my overgrown bushes that I wanted to rip out last year, and Dawn keeps holding me off saying wait till we know what we're going to put into place. In the meanwhile, you can't even see the windows. Everything's so friggin' overgrown. But here are the fig trees. Like I said, I trimmed off everything that was rooted. That was air pruned. I trimmed off all the stuff that I'm going to root over the winter. I got to trim all these back. That's all too high. A couple of those I may take off. I may leave them. It all depends what kind of bucket I put on top. I still have to wrap them in burlap, but I actually don't have any safety pins, so it doesn't make sense to wrap them in burlap if I can't secure the burlap. I would love to put ostrich up here in this front field, but that's a whole zoning issue with 8-foot fences, which, again, another topic, another time. I don't know. So many plans, so many ideas, so little time, so little money, so little help. I didn't even empty out the pool yet. Yeah, I know it's a livestock tank, but it's like that to be a pool for the dogs. Even though Aries was the one who enjoyed it the most, and he's no longer with us, I'll still leave it for the other two. So this is the basic idea for the Wallapini. It'll be this wide. Like I said, that's roughly 10 by 10 paces. This is roughly 10 by 10 paces. So it's roughly 20 paces north to south and 10 paces east to west. I'm going to do the same thing with the Wallapini, except change the directions. It'll be 10 paces north to south and 20-ish east to west. I'll go about 8 feet down. I want to have items that I keep in there year-round in the ground, and then I have a bunch of items that'll be in pots, so they'll get early starts to bring out here when the weather gets nice. This way every year I can grow more and more stuff with less and less work. The test that I did with these last year for the watermelons worked out great. This year I did absolutely nothing with them, so I got weeds growing everywhere. What I think I'm going to do is get more of these really small ones and create a line coming this way. And the same way I have the trellis there for the tomatoes, I'm going to do coming this way with these small ones for the watermelons. And then I grow watermelons and pumpkins on trellis, save all this land space, and then possibly put a small pond over here for ducks. So I really want ducks. Duck eggs are fantastic. They taste so much better than chicken eggs. They're so much fattier, they're so much more flavorful. They're amazing. Can't really see. My phone is almost as old as me. Not really, but you understand the sarcasm about it. I gotta finish cutting the fields. The back hayfield, we did enough cuts to sell the hay for the farm credit. Then once I did that, I left the rest of it for the deer. And these paddocks, I gotta finish trimming down. I did these two in the old rotting ring, because this is where I'm going to start the sheep at, right here. What I'll do is, during the winter, every night they'll go into the barn, but during the day, when they're in the summer, they'll be out here. And I'm going to take down most of the fencing in between the paddocks, like I did back there. I know I keep going out of frame, moving the phone. But, yeah. Eventually, it'll be one giant paddock. I want to fence just the exterior of the paddock, preferably the exterior of the property. This way I can leave the animals just go. And I'll use the golf cart and a mobile fence, and every day I'll move them.